Hey gamers, it's G from the corner, and today it's a nice lovely September evening or morning. I don't know when this video is going up. And I've been thinking obviously about Switch 2. I made that very ballsy, successful video.
An amazing one.
Amazing video. Best Switch 2 video on the planet. Award-winning video the other day. And obviously I kind of believe what I said in that video wholeheartedly. A mere 2-3 days after I put it out, everybody starts saying that this thing's getting announced this month. And I don't know if by the time this goes up there's been even more smoke or they've made an official statement or something, but I think we're right on the money. I think it's getting announced this month. I think it's getting announced within a week or two. So I think we just want to talk about how, though, because it feels like it's coming at us fast, right?
Yeah. I know, out of nowhere. Not too long ago. How long was it? 2 months ago?
3 months ago. 3-4 months when they were like, the Switch 2 is finally coming out, or we're working on the successor. It'll be announced in the fiscal. That feels like recently. That feels like the NX first time moment,
Yeah.
And it's like, oh shoot, we're expecting, we have our expectations set to fall because that's how it was last time. But it's like, oh, maybe it'll be further out. Exactly. I was saying November for the longest time, but then if it was any later than May, it would be a next year thing.
Yeah.
But now, obviously, there's been rumblings, and it's pretty much confirmed. It's going into manufacturing next month.
Yeah, it is, definitely.
So
they have to do something now, and like you said, we had the initial direct, and then now we had the double direct.
The double, that was so fucking weird. That was so weird.
Exactly, that was weird. So they pushed everything out of the way, and now September is seeming like a perfect opportunity for them to finally show us what they're cooking up.
And on top of that, just to add a little bit to them pushing everything out, we got that Tuesday showcase. Then on Thursday, MEO came out. Then the next day, they drop a big trailer for Zelda. Then the next week starts, not the Wednesday, not the Thursday, the Tuesday, right after Labor Day, we get a trailer for Mario and Luigi Brothers ship.
They're just pushing everything they have.
And there's been silence since that trailer dropped, by the way. So, I know it's only been 2-3 days, but still.
Exactly.
It's been quiet since then. I feel like we're about to... shit's going down.
Yeah, it's going down. It seems like it's happening. There's even journalists and insiders that are kind of poking that it could be coming soon. And everything's kind of lining up. So I think by the end of September, we're definitely going to
we're going to have seen this thing, and it's beautiful because I think I said this on Fammy boards. Maybe I'll put it up on screen. But it's beautiful because when the Switch was first getting announced, it felt like this desperation, oh my god, there's nothing coming out. Nintendo's got nothing. Yeah. And if it's not this month, bro, there's nothing happening this month, But part of me is honestly if I'm dead wrong and we're just for some reason we're stupid and we got the facts completely wrong and it's not happening for another 4 or 5 months.
Exactly.
Doesn't even matter. There's so many games coming out this month.
We're still getting
we got Mario Party next month. Mario and Luigi
transition. They're doing a great job.
They're doing such a good job. They said we're going to have a smooth transition.
Exactly.
They're having a very, very smooth transition. So, even if we're wrong, I'm fine.
Yeah,
I'm more than okay. I got plenty to keep
Even though I really want to see this, and I've been waiting for a new.
I got a new Zelda game to play at the end of the month. I can't complain about shit.
Mario, Luigi, everything we're getting until January.
So much great stuff. But that kind of brings us to the question. Back in 2016, Nintendo. One night, it was this crisp 8:30 p.m. I remember 12-year-old me was sitting by the Windows 7 computer that was full of Trojans from a bunch of stuff I downloaded. And I went on Twitter and I saw that beautiful picture of mascot costume Mario peeking behind the curtain, and it was discover Nintendo NX tomorrow at 10, and I flipped shit. I was crazy. Like, oh my god. Granted, we already kind of knew it was coming because there had been rumors and leaks, and I think at the time Emily Rogers, that's a name for the old heads. She had said that the reveal was imminent, I think earlier that day. She was the reveal is guys, it's about to happen. And yeah, that was a crazy moment. So what happened about, I think it was, 13 and a half hours later, they dropped the first look at the Nintendo Switch. It was a 3-minute trailer, show us the console, give us a quick sizzle. We saw games being played on it, but nothing was confirmed.
That trailer that we've all seen, the classic.
It's probably playing right now on the video. I definitely have it playing right now. But we got that trailer, and, we just saw Breath of the Wild game that had been announced, some third-party stuff, and first looks at Splatoon 2, which looked just like Splatoon, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which was there's 2 item slots and King Boo, what's going on? Everybody didn't know what was happening.
Raise a bunch of questions.
And then the new 3D Mario. Now, granted, you could make an argument that a lot of that stuff looked like tech demo kind of things. So it was kind of like, all right, whatever, no big deal that they didn't actually say what those games were and just showed concepts. We kind of were like, we understood the thing. There was the console was the center of attention here.
Yeah.
Because it was this whole crazy new thing. That's all that really mattered in that
Especially
moment.
at that time. We needed a new console.
Mm-hmm. But now it's kind of, we're in a weird spot. There's no Breath of the Wild. There's no, this game has been announced forever ago. We had a big overview of it, and it's the game that we're pushing with the Switch 2, because I'm going to be real, they're not pushing Metroid Prime with the Switch 2.
It could be.
They're not.
I think there's still a possibility.
Is it the first game that you show in a reveal for the console?
Probably not a first game, but they could be like I've always had this opinion, day and date, on the Switch and Switch 2.
I think it's not I don't think it's at launch anymore per se. I used to think that for a bit, but the more I've thought about what their launch will probably look like, I think that game will come out either shortly before or thereafter. Like, I think...
Oh, you think it'll come after?
I think Nintendo has something in March, and that's either Switch 2 or Prime 4.
Okay.
Or not even... I don't know if I'd even say that. Like, I said this in the video. Nintendo has 3 unknowns for 2025. Pokemon, Switch 2, and Metroid Prime.
Exactly. Yeah.
Based on what we know about Pokemon, based on... We're big TCG heads, and I don't know if you guys know this, but there's been a bunch of sets that are trademarked, including a set based on Reshiram and Zekrom, the legendaries of Gen 5. That set is supposed to come out in April, May.
Yeah.
They would be released... That would be... If the game came out in March, that would be the time frame they would release ZA sets.
Exactly, yeah.
So, ZA is still probably a ways off. I think that game comes out in, like, June, honestly.
Yeah, you think
I think June, July, maybe. I think it'll be a summer release. But... Yeah, I don't think that's early in the year. So that leaves like a good few months.
That's fine. It comes out after, and it'll be cross-compatible on both games. Whatever. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. So
Prime is the one that's like more iffy.
Yeah, like it's weird. Okay, here's my thing. I know you said you guys go back to our reaction. You literally said this in the moment. Is this running on Switch 2?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, it's not. Because I know they're wizards. I know they're wizards. They know how to make this shit look good. So it's not, it doesn't, I feel like it would be a bad showpiece, like showcase for the power of the Switch 2.
Yeah, definitely.
But
it's not going to be the game that they're going to show and be like, wow, look at what this new console is capable of.
But I don't, would you put it in like, okay, I guess this kind of gets to the main discussion. How is Nintendo going to announce the Switch 2? How are they going to do it?
Definitely the same way. I think we're going to
get
a Twitter drop saying, tune in, whatever, the next day, or maybe they do it a week in advance. Who knows what it's going to be. Mm-hmm. Here's when we're getting a new look. Or I think they're specifically just going to say it. Like, here's the look that we announced where you're going to get the new look at the new console. Switch 2, whatever, successor. No,
it makes sense to me. It's weird because in my mind, what is the game that it's being headlined with?
Like, so to you, what was the NXs or the Switches?
Breath of the Wild. That was the big... it was already a Wii U game, but when the console was the big thing. And because the game, that game had already been announced, right? Yeah. Like, that's the thing. The Switch 2's big thing has not been announced yet.
True.
That game is going to have to be shown off for the first time when they the second they start talking about this console and show games on the console, that is the first game they are showing. Whatever their big day one huge showpiece.
But you don't think there could be multiple day one games? Like, what if there's a 3D Mario and a new Mario Kart?
I think there's two. My belief right now, it's changed over and over again, but right now my strong belief is that we're getting a new 3D Mario and a new Switch Sports. 3D Mario.
Switch Sports. That's what I've never heard you say that. Wow. Okay.
That's my thought. Because two things. One, their 3D Mario team has been working on something. Their Odyssey came out 7 years ago. Yeah. 7 years ago, and Bowser's Fury was a minor project, and NST helped on that as well. Yeah. So their game is ready. Their game is ready to go. Guaranteed. And Switch Sports, I think it's because, okay, two things. One, EPD4, the team that does games like that, Switch Sports, Ring Fit, 1-2 Switch, they haven't put out a game in a while. Actually, they didn't even do Everybody 1-2 Switch. I think that was mostly ND Cube who did that game. That's what I remember hearing. So, they haven't put anything major out since Switch Sports. Although we did get that basketball update 2 years later, randomly. Remember what other Nintendo game got an update 2 years later, randomly, and then we got a new entry immediately after?
What?
Mario Party.
Oh yeah, the online update.
That was for online. That was for online, mind you. But to me, I think that Switch Sports, I think that they want a casual game, like a super casual game for launch. And I know it's retreading old ground. Yeah. But I hate bringing League Talk into this, especially League Talk from somebody that I know people don't like. But if everybody remembers Mystic Distance, Midori, whatever that person from a while ago. Look, they're a piece of shit. Probably a terrible person. That's what I remember hearing. But they did make a statement about a bunch of Nintendo code names, and they've been spotted right on the money with that. They made a bunch of claims. They said the Zelda game starring Zelda was getting revealed imminently.
Okay.
And once that game comes out, we'll be able to find out if the code name was Edward. If it was Edward, then that's it. Done deal. Okay, their code names are real. One of their code names was Anna, which is supposedly for Switch Sports. That's supposedly related to the code name for Switch Sports 1. So I don't know if you call it Switch Sports 2, Switch Sports Resort, Switch Sports Club, whatever you want to call it.
Whatever it is, yeah.
I think it'll just be Switch Sports, but it looks prettier and it's got even more sports in it. Like, it's got everything from the first one, plus maybe a little bit more.
I do agree with the casual game. Like, they had 1-2 Switch for the original Switch, so it just makes sense to have, like, a casual motion control, whatever game.
For sure. That would definitely be their day one, and I think you would stuff that into the reveal. Unlike 1-2 Switch, I think that's a good one to stuff into the reveal trailer.
Definitely.
It'd probably be like the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe of the reveal trailer, kind of, because it's like, oh, wait, this is Switch Sports. Wait, no, it's not. This is a different thing. Oh, my God. It's a new one,
They'll show off new stuff.
It looks better. It looks cooler.
Get people talking about it. Okay.
Yeah.
And like, you don't think there's going to be a new Mario Kart? Because I know you said that before.
Well, I did say that before because my original take was something like Metroid Prime would be a big showpiece on the system, and we would get Mario Kart the same day. But Mario Kart's the game that everybody's buying, and then maybe something super casual. But now I'm thinking, okay, no, you know what? I think Mario Kart for the holidays.
Wow, okay.
I think Mario Kart, because if there's...
I mean, that's a really good holiday game.
We had a big fight about this, and I'm not going to start it here, because that could be a whole separate video. But if Nintendo's going to bring any game out in the same holiday season as GTA 6, it's fucking Mario Kart.
Yeah.
It's Mario Kart, 100%.
Yeah, that's the only game that
is the only game that can compete with it. So I think that would come out in like September to November in that time frame.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get 3D Mario alongside the launch of the system.
Yeah.
I'm just so ready for that. I'm so excited.
I am as well, and I think that's a good idea.
But here's my thing. I feel like that's a jaw-dropping moment to the point where if that's the first game you see
the Mario Kart?
No, 3D Mario.
Oh, 3D Mario. Yeah.
Like if that's the first game you see in the system,
beautiful game to show off the console. Yes.
Part of me, honestly, like I think the reveal trailer, similarly to the Switch, is a very like likely thing.
Yeah.
I think that's like
very small snippets of games.
That's like a 70% chance I'm going to give it.
Yeah,
that's how they do it. But part of me thinks they're going to go a bit of a more formal approach. I think they're going to be like, tune in tomorrow morning for a 10-minute presentation. We're going to talk about the new console.
Okay.
And it's going to be Furukawa or, one of the direct presenters just standing in front of like a black screen instead, or maybe it's a bit more produced or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's just going to be like, here is the system. And they're going to show us the system. They're going to show us what it looks like, show us what it's capable of, just like say, maybe talk about probably not talk about specs because that's not their thing. Yeah. Talk about the controllers, show like little, like, look, the controllers can do this and, all that stuff, right? And then they'll be like, you're probably wondering what's launching on the console. They show a trailer for Switch Sports 2 and they show a trailer for Mario. And that's how they announce the console.
I like that. I prefer that.
That would be great, because then we get full reveals.
Yeah, and we get to see like a full-on head-on like 3D model of the Switch. Maybe they'll actually just pull it up and show different angles instead of just like a trailer.
Part of me is like, that's how I would do it. And if it's like January 2025, that is 100% how I am doing it. Like, that is, but my one like slight like, I don't know if they would want to do it like that, is that by announcing games like that, you're putting these two games out in the aether and you're taking attention away from like Zelda and Mario Party and thing for the holidays. And so maybe you're
indirectly announcing them and just showing them in a trailer.
Yeah, like showing
like how they did originally, where they didn't specifically announce the games, but you kind of see them running on the Switch and
100%
kind of have a lot of speculation.
Yeah, I'm sure you in a situation like that, you'd say that you'd announce the system, you'd show off, those two games, and be like, and plenty of other games will be running on the Switch with like logos or screenshots or fake footage, and like you'd see Elden Ring or some other third-party games, just like cool. And be like, oh my god, Monster Hunter Wilds is coming day and date, what?
Wow.
Something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. And so Metroid Prime 4, there won't be any selling point, because I feel like they could really show like, here's what it looks like on the Switch. It's all crusty.
It looked good on the Switch.
It did, but imagine 4K ray tracing.
See if it has if it's tracing. Like that. If that's what we're doing here, if it's gonna be like what's the difference between Prime 4 on Switch and Switch 2? On Switch 2, we flip the ray tracing switch.
Yeah, exactly.
If
something
that's
like that.
it, then I agree with that. 100%.
I feel like that's a really big selling point.
I think that's
compare, and because it's for a reason for people to get the new console.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree with that 100%. 100,000%. There's so many ways they could go about this. Like, again, part of me, I think if I were them, I want to build this up and make a big deal out of it. Like,
I'm
talking like, be like, give a week. give a week's notice. Nintendo doesn't like to do that, and I don't really like the idea. If they gave a week's notice to like what happened last week, I'd be like, bro, come on.
True.
Right? But I think this you can give a week's notice to. You can get people talking about it for a bit and then reveal the thing.
There's gonna be a lot of discussion videos and predictions.
For sure. I'll definitely do plenty, but like
yeah,
I don't know. It's a weird situation. Again, a weird situation because part of me feels like it's like, is it time already? Like part of me's like,
I know it's crazy, but I'm excited. And
I was totally.
I don't want to get my hopes down. Like if it doesn't happen, I'm kind of be sad because I'm getting my hopes up.
I was like, it's weird because it's like I'm in a weird spot because if it's next week, like, oh my gosh, it's next week. But if it isn't, then, well, I'm going to be like, well, whatever. We're going to see the PS5 Pro and probably get a cool state of play.
Of course.
And Marvel Collection and the new Jackbox comes out. So, like, I've got other things that I'm looking forward to. On the Switch. On the Switch. Like, on Nintendo, in the Nintendo sphere, there are things going on next week. Grand Festival is also next week for Splatoon.
Yeah.
So it's like, does it even make sense to have it that week? Like, do you do it the week after? But is that too close to Zelda? But it's like, why did they do those two presentations together? Like that's the thing.
I think it's happening.
Man, I think
so let's say it does happen in September. What will follow up until release?
I think.
How do you think that's gonna?
I think that I think it'll be kind of similar to how the Switch 1 went. Okay. We'll get that whatever trailer, however much info we'll learn about the games they show there. We'll learn.
Yeah, exactly.
But we won't hear anything for the rest of the year. That is basically okay, everybody, shut up.
Yeah,
shut up.
Okay,
buy Mario Party now. Buy Zelda now. Buy your Switch Lights. Buy your Switch. Maybe the biggest balls move they could possibly do. Price drop. Yeah. Like that's the.
I agree.
I think if they go with option B and do the 10-minute show, I think that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
I think you do that immediately to be like, no, guys, pay attention or maybe the next day. Maybe have something ready for the next day. For the Switch one.
Throw people
have
off.
like a trailer for. I got it. Okay, so the next day. It'll be, let's say the thing is announced early next week or the week after.
Yes.
The next day, you give a big trailer for like Mario and Luigi Brothers ship or something. A big, huge trailer that makes the game look amazing.
Whatever.
And then on the side, alongside that, you announce the Switch is getting a price cut. Something like that. Yeah. Something like that I think would be a good idea. And then maybe on top of that, you announce like a Black Friday bundle for Mario Party. Or Mario Party already comes with like 3 months of Switch Online. Maybe say that you're doing a bundle with 2 Joy-Cons. Or a bundle for Superstars because they like doing the older ones.
Yeah. Very cool.
Something like that. And then once you get into next year, then you're going to do the big thing. The big
in January,
Switch.
February, we get like the
overhaul. Yeah, here's the thing. I think in this show, they'll announce like at least a release month. When do you think that month's going to be? Because here's the thing, everybody was saying not to expect it in the fiscal year.
And to put that's going to be pushed over a bit.
But it's like, how much? Because it's funny, when they first said that, I was like, oh, they're hoping it's coming out in May, June. But it's coming out in November 2025. That's what I was thinking for a second. I was like, they'll announce it in like early next year, and it comes out late next year.
Yeah.
But like, the more I thought about it, the less sense that made, because it's like, okay, well, you're announcing it in March and it's coming out in November. That's like a really long time frame for Nintendo. The Switch didn't even have that long of a time frame. So it was like 5 months Switch revealed the release.
I think it definitely could just follow the footsteps and be March.
I think so. Part of me just thinks so too, honestly. Part of me, here's the thing. You know, people say things.
DK comes out in January. Do we know anything in February?
No, we don't.
So Metroid Prime could come out in February. Right? If you're saying before,
I don't think. Okay, if it comes out in March, I think Prime's after. That's my thought. Here's my thing. They want a smooth transition, right? They had a partner showcase where they didn't announce anything that could be considered a Nintendo published game for after Donkey Kong.
Yes.
That was the time to do it. Donkey Kong didn't need to be announced if they could have done a direct in September. They don't have anything ready. They don't have anything for February, March, April, or whatever that they can announce that isn't going to either bleed into Switch 2 or is something else. Like, okay, in my mind, there is one possible way where I see them dodging a Switch 2 reveal right now and me being like, oh, I get it.
Yes.
If we get a Metroid Direct next week. We get a Metroid Prime Direct. They give us a 10-minute overview on Metroid Prime 4. Confirm it's coming out in March. And they say Prime 2 and 3 are coming to the Switch in November. Because there's nothing after Mario and Luigi this holiday from Nintendo, and that's really weird. They always have they always end their holiday at least mid-late November. They're ending it early November, which is really weird. So part of me is like, there's something else they didn't tell us about.
Yeah, okay. I agree. I really was going to bring that up. Prime 2 and 3 remakes coming.
That's the one way I see them dodging a Switch 2 reveal. But if manufacturing's starting in October, they got to get on that.
Yeah.
They got to get on that regardless of anything.
I still think they can still do the, something to do with Metroid Prime. Maybe we get, a direct later in the year. like to show it, and they still do the remakes.
Yeah,
and those still come out in February.
Yeah, they could do that. Like, I don't know if February. See, part of me is like, do you tighten it up? Because I think Nintendo's got 4 major games next year.
Yes.
Pokemon, Metroid, 3D Mario, and Mario Kart.
Yes.
2 of those are Switch 2 exclusives. 2 of those are Switch 1 games. And I think there's going to be a bit of a cross-gen period. Because we already got that with the other consoles.
Definitely, yeah.
And, like, I think Nintendo will probably do it for a while. Like, maybe there'll only be, like, 3 or 4 Switch 2 exclusives next year, you know? So part of me is like, Metroid or Pokemon, I don't think come out within a month of the new system.
Yeah.
Part of me thinks if Metroid is March, Switch 2 is May. You know?
Yeah.
But it's like, that's early, and like, why? I don't know.
Why would it not be that early?
Well, like, why would they announce? No, why would they announce?
Oh, announcing it too
like
early.
now,
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
Yeah. That definitely.
Right. Man, this is a tough one. This is so tough.
I know it's very open and it's very like hard to, because we don't have no information.
You know what?
No information.
Let's check. Maybe I'm gonna get some inspiration. I'm gonna go browse family boards for 2 minutes right now. We're gonna come back when I have some inspiration. Okay, so we read a lot of things.
Did.
Right, I am just manifesting like crazy today. I talk about Midori for 5 seconds, and apparently Midori came back to say a bunch of random stuff about the Switch 2.
Which is weird.
It's very weird.
And there's a lot.
A lot of like just stuff about eShop support. Maybe I'll remember. I hope I remember to put this in the video. I don't know. Very weird stuff. Very, very weird stuff. I'm going to be honest, I don't know how much of it I believe, because apparently there was some stuff that was weirdly claimed, like, oh, it's being updated to add this thing, and it's some online things being updated to add a thing that's already been in the Switch, and it's like, I am very confused about that.
But they did say that there is something this month.
Yeah.
So.
More smoke. I mean, hey, if I'm making my Switch Sports 2 reveal based on partially the fact of what they said,
it adds a bit more smoke to the fire, but
I'm not gonna
it's not much. It's a grain of salt, but I still think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I still there's something Nintendo going on in the next 2 weeks. Yeah. I think so, and I feel like it'll end up being the same day as Sony again, because that's been a great tradition. You know, direct in the morning, State of Play in the afternoon. You know. It's pretty great.
They do it purposely, 100%.
It's great, and it'll be great when they announce the PS5 Pro in the afternoon alongside fucking Wolverine gameplay after 3 years. And,
oh yeah, shit.
You know, the Switch 2, which is a little bigger.
And no one's gonna care about the PS4,
whatever the Sony thing is.
PS5, whatever.
Man, this is again such a weird. It's weird. It's weird because if none of this conversation happened, I'd be like, I don't care. Switch 2 is coming out like later.
Yeah,
if it's coming out in March, it gets revealed in November. If it's coming out in May, it gets revealed next year. But now everybody's like, oh, manufacturing though, and they'll leak on the supply chain. So, man.
Yeah.
At what form does okay, let's go back to 2025 though, because obviously we're expecting some sort of bigger show like after the reveal. We don't think that they're going to blow their chest when they announce the console.
No, it's not going to be one and done, yeah.
Okay. What do we think, like what's the timeline looking like there? Do we think the system's out in March or May, first of all? Like, let's just nail it in the coffin. Nail it right in there.
I feel like May's far. If we're getting this reveal in like 2 weeks or whatever, around 2 weeks, then May's pretty far out.
I'm going to be... No, I'm going to say March. I'm going to say mid to late. I'm going to say mid to late March.
Exactly.
I'm going to be a bit more
I agree,
pessimistic.
I think that's what's going to happen. And it makes sense.
Because I was about to say May, or April. But then I was thinking, I'm like, no, they're not going to have 2 empty months. They could easily shove out... Exactly. If they're not going to have 2 empty months before the console comes out, that's what you do after the console comes out.
True.
You get the console in everybody's hands, give us 2 games, and then maybe make us wait until like end of May or mid-May for like the next game.
People get their hands on it and enjoy the new launch titles and new experiences.
Exactly. That's what I think.
To roll out.
That's what I think you do. But at the show itself, I think they just easily can reveal up till the end of the year. Because, I should have said this. If it's a sizzle like the Switch reveal was, you show a few more games. You definitely show Mario Kart.
Yeah.
100% Mario Kart's there.
They'll
and
then
whatever else. Maybe one
snippets.
other game they have planned for the year gets shown off. Yeah.
Battle League.
Strikers 4! Yeah, no. At that Switch whatever that Switch 2 presentation is, I don't even think Metroid would be at that. I'm gonna be honest.
Probably not. No.
I think you know what?
We've already seen it. We don't
gets its own marketing thing in February.
Exactly.
In February,
even if it's just a Twitter trailer or Twitter overview stuff.
Metroid Direct.
Yeah, probably Direct. The game deserves a Direct.
Metroid Direct in February, but I'm gonna say that you announce the new console, or at the launch event you're talking, or the pre-launch event.
Yeah.
You talk about the first year, just like the Switch one. You give us 3D Mario's coming, Mario Kart's coming.
Yeah.
What else? Switch Sports 2, obviously.
100%.
And I'm trying to think what else used to fill the gaps. I want to say This is just what they did last time, but I'm gonna say something Koei Tecmo Nintendo again. And it's going to be like another Warriors, Xenoblade Warriors, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe we get like a 2D platform, maybe like a Yoshi or something.
Kirby, maybe.
Exactly. Yoshi or Kirby. That's usually what happens at the start. It kind of just throws out to kind of fill in space, appease fans that have been waiting.
And, if I'm going down the Midori train, I don't know why we're talking about this person after all this time, but if I'm going down that train, they were claiming that a Zelda, like some sort of 4K 60 FPS Breath of the Wild port was going to be coming to the Switch too.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
That's like an early. I think you throw that out right after launch. Honestly,
I'm not afraid to resell games. So
I think like that's like within if the system comes out in like here. I'm going to give you a quick what I think their next year could be.
Okay.
January Donkey Kong.
Yes.
Right. February, you get the Metroid Prime 4 Direct, and that gives us a shadow drop of Prime 2 and 3.
Okay.
Late March, early April, the console comes out.
Yeah.
Okay. Then
rolls perfectly.
Then in May, at the end of May, or middle or end of May, you get the Breath of the Wild port.
Yeah.
Then in June or July, you get Legend ZA.
Yeah.
And then let's say maybe September, October, you get maybe you know what? Let's just say that's all you get for the summer, and then September, October, November, you get Xenoblade Warriors, Mario Kart, and a Kirby.
Okay.
And then maybe there's like some Switch ones. Like some of that stuff could even be like Xenoblade Warriors or Kirby could be Switch 1, it could be cross-gen.
Yeah.
And then I forgot about Metroid. Oh my god, sorry.
Oh, yeah, true.
Never mind. Metroid is July.
Yeah, okay.
Metroid is July or August, and then like September, October, November, or October, November, December is that lineup right there that I listed. I think that's a bang. That is an insane first year.
Yeah.
But I think they could easily pull it off.
Yeah. 100%.
Like that's.
And I think there could even be more. I think for a first year, I think they might like overdo themselves.
I think if I'm Nintendo, I already because this presentation already kicks so much ass.
Oh yeah.
This will already be
happening.
like if they do this, the teaser and then they all announce fully unveil all these games at a Switch 2 showcase or whatever the console's called. That kicks so much ass.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But if I'm Nintendo, I'm gonna be like, there's one more game that we didn't show in the teaser. One more thing. All right. You get a shot of like a sky or something. It pans down, and you see you're like kind of in like a meadow, maybe a cliffside area, and then bam, Mario punching Link's shield. Fucking Smash Brothers. They announce like the character from Elden Ring at the end of the trailer, and it just says 2026.
Is this a read, or is this actually a prediction?
This is a read. All right.
This is a read. Okay.
All right. This is not a.
You know I love this more than anything in the world.
I'm making it happen. I'm manifesting this. This is my final manifestation.
We're getting these Smash sooner than you think.
I think it's 2020. Okay, realistically, I think like it would be best saved for 2027. I think that like 2026 is like you're gonna have another two big pillars kind of year where I think like Pokemon is gonna have its anniversary and get Gen 10 that year, and then maybe the first half of the year you get Animal Crossing because at that point it'll have been like 6 years. So bring it out sooner rather than later. But I want Smash back, man. I want that. I miss Smash. I miss Smash. Everything. A new Smash. I mean,
that's a whole discussion.
That's a discussion. That was a video.
Oh,
that was a 2-hour video.
Of course. We've done the whole.
We've done that. We'll definitely talk about that in the future. But I think if Nintendo wants to really show, like, give some balls, because honestly, and show gameplay first of all as well. I want to see. If I see gameplay, I'm gonna be jumping out of my seat. Of the next Smash, you show me the new crazy powerful. Fuck it. I actually, in my mind, it would be like a first half of 2026 game, so we'd start hearing more by the end of the year, or something. Or even if it's a second half, just give us one teaser. Don't show it. Give us one teaser of gameplay. Don't show it for a year, and then whatever.
Sure.
Because honestly, everybody else reveals their games way too early, but Nintendo does them so close to launch, and I love that. I think that's the best.
That's great.
I think that's the best. But I think we're launching a new console. Give us the first year, and then the big thing for next year.
Yeah.
That's what I think you should do. I think they should do that. And then, from then on, you can get the, 4 to 6 months reveal to release for most things, Yeah. I think that's what you do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I like that. You know what? That made me happy. It's a very, very, very good way to end off that reveal.
Mm-hmm. Now, do they address the Joy-Con? Are the controllers going to be new, first of all?
I think so. I think the magnetic thing is real. I think it's going to have all new stick system, get rid of drift. Like, they're going to learn from their mistakes, and they're going to want to make better controllers. Like, every single time they have a new idea, like the Wii U gamepad was like kind of a successor to the Switch. They improved that in every way, shape, or form. Why wouldn't they come in and improve the Joy-Cons every way, shape, or form, improve the docks every way, shape, or form?
No, for sure.
We're gonna have all that. I believe that they're gonna do that.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm still sitting here. I've said this in videos before. Open dock concept. I still think that is 100%
I would love that. Yeah.
what they're
that
doing.
Makes sense. Why not?
If they're doing anything differently, that is what they're doing differently. Yeah. But man, I just want to see this thing.
I do.
I'm ready. I'm fine. I'm not like
Nintendo
desperate.
hardware is the coolest thing.
It's been so long.
It's so long.
Everybody, I've said this in every video where I talk about how long it's been. But like, bro, I was in elementary school the last time they were getting on that hype train. Like, it's been a long time, man. I'm like ready. I am ready to be in the hype cycle. Like, you know, I said last year, I think after Zelda came out, I was like, okay, if they want to do new hardware, maybe we could possibly see it at the end of the year. But then they announced a bunch of games. And honestly, like, look, I love the Switch. And honestly, if they said that, oh, actually, we lied, it's coming out in 2026, I'd be a bit bummed. But if they then said, here's a new 3D Kirby, here's Tomodachi Life, we also still have Pokemon Legends and Metroid, I wouldn't even be that mad. I wouldn't even be that mad.
I don't know.
There's so much already.
I just want a third WarioWare.
Here's a third WarioWare.
I love WarioWare. I would love that, but we just need a new home for these games to kind of, give us better experiences.
True. Although, if it meant getting Pushmo, I would delay the Switch 2 to holiday 2025.
Good for you. I'll accept that.
I would if it was, hey, Pushmo on Switch like now, but you have to wait another 6 months, I'd be like, bro, any day. Tell me 2 years and I would do it. Oh man, I'm trying to think. Is there any stone we've left unturned?
I don't know. We got the whole reveal rundown. We got the trailer, when they're going to do it.
Will it be funny? Will the presentation be funny? Will there be any funny jokes?
I mean, people are always going to make jokes out of any.
Will Furukawa sit on the couch again? Or will Koizumi sit on the couch? I love that. That was the best. I don't even remember why he did that. I was 13-year-old me was so tired. It was like 11 p.m. when they did that show for some reason. That was so late. Can it be like a live? I said this in a discussion with friend of the channel, Glass Half Full. Yeah. But I want like a live stage presentation for this.
I do love when they do that.
I want to hear the audience scream when Sakurai walks on talking.
Oh my god.
To be like, hey, you guys like that, huh?
That'd be messed up. Yeah.
I want that, but I know it'll probably just be a digital. It'll just be probably a digital show again.
Yeah. In the end, I don't care. They do shows pretty well either way, and we're getting a new console. We're getting new games, so
100%.
I'm happy. I can't complain.
I am very excited for this. I can't wait. I'll look stupid if they don't announce anything, but honestly, this is fun talking about this stuff. Just copy paste this discussion in a few months, or maybe I'll make a new one when it's actually time with somebody, whoever I didn't get last time.
Exactly. There's always gonna be more stuff to talk about, more stuff to be excited for.
I love it. I cannot wait for the Switch, and God bless Furukawa.
Yep. That man.
He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing right now. He's running things very safely. Yeah. But I think he's like, okay, let's be safe right now while we try and... I feel like right now he's thinking about the next console. I'm going to be honest. Wow. I think this guy is like, okay, I think he's like, we're doing Switch 2 and it's going to be Switch again, but I'm like, okay, what's the fail-safe in case this doesn't do as well? Or like...
Okay. I mean, how do they botch it? Business.
You know what? Last thing. How do they botch it?
No.
How do they botch it?
Think about
Switch
that.
U.
Okay, yeah, if the name's pretty shit, that will kind of be like, oh, wow.
I kind of hope there's like a docking or like there's some sort of attachable mechanism, even if it is like a streamable thing. There's been rumors about it being a Wii U, but you could just take it with you or something, which would be fine, but I just want a place to put it. I don't want it to be like, I got to leave the gamepad on the couch. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
If I could play dual screen games, if they could bring back Nintendo Land, and because I love the dual screen on the Wii U. A lot of games made it really fun and added a lot of, especially like party aspects.
Yeah, 100%.
So
here's a crazy idea. Imagine like, this is so random, if they did bring that concept back. Imagine like a new gun accessory, and you're supposed to aim through the screen on the Switch.
Did they do it for the Wii U?
You would do that Wario, Game & Wario, you would like use the gamepad, but you'd be holding up the gamepad. I'm talking like make a gun accessory.
Yeah, why not? They were saying that they're gonna make Call of Duty for the new console.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was so. That's another thing. Even more smoke. So remember what I was saying about the Brazilian COD account?
Yeah.
Posting all those like, I don't know. They deleted all those tweets immediately. I think they thought that was the Switch 2 reveal.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I don't know.
That's funny.
Maybe COD and Elden Ring in the reveal trailer. That's my read.
Yeah.
That's my read. COD and Elden Ring.
Those are good games.
Furukawa's going to be like, guys, we have COD and we have Elden Ring. Please buy our console.
Yeah.
All right, everybody talks about Elden Ring. My university professor was like,
we're still talking about the DLC.
I got to beat the DLC still. And I'm like, I mean, I don't play those games, but you know what? You got more power to you all.
Yeah, I mean, if they show it running on Switch, and That'll get so many people hype. 100%.
Oh, for sure.
Good third-party support's important.
Yeah. All right. We are sweating. It's really hot for a September evening.
Oh,
so
it is actually.
We're gonna
gleaming on our
the sun
faces.
is like literally boiling down, and we have the fans off. So we're gonna cut it here.
That was a beautiful discussion. I'm happy.
Discussion.
Made me more excited. Now I'm gonna be thinking.
Now I'm so excited, but now I'm like, God, tonight we're gonna get like a Switch Online announcement. And nothing else. Watch that happen. I hate. I'm gonna stop manifesting now.
Don't worry. In 2 weeks, we're gonna see you. We'll see you again, everyone.
See you again.
We'll see you again in 2 weeks.
When we
with
talk
the
about
new reveal.
the Switch 2. Yep. Mm-hmm. Keep yourselves cornered for more. Like,
Peace.
comment about why we're right or wrong, and subscribe. I'll see you guys.
Later. Get excited.
Yeah.